Hello, everybody. Well, I'm a little late. Well, let's get back to finishing her off. So let's turn off the background for now. And there. The other things I have to work on a little bit less. Well, to work on the other things. Well, there are other things that I still need to finish. Let's see. Let's fix her skin and everything else. Yep. Ugh. Sorry, everything on my computer has a slightly delayed response, so there's that. It also could be that this right here, yeah, this is one of the ones that I'm working on. Right now they're all in sitting position, but I have this sort of there, and it's better for me to just close it out for now, because it takes too many resources while I'm doing this. So I just have to be careful on that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Come on. There. Also, a few areas that I need to finish right there. This helps with the silhouette of the character. Lines that I need to yeah, lines that I need to fix. Yeah. The cleaner the line, the better. Also, the thinner the line, the better. Then you don't see the line as much. It just gets absorbed by everything else. Come on. But I go into great detail of trying to fix all this. Just 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, brush. Go back to the bottom layer and adjust all this. Yeah. Some things I just have to erase. Otherwise I will forget them later and it'll just show up in the piece. Okay, that looks good. No real issues there. Side looks good. And her ear looks fine. Alright. It's always about double checking everything, making sure every part of the drawing is in working order. Brush. And sound bites. Happens sometimes. Fix that a bit. Right now I'm just going over for the hair itself. Making sure it looks good. Well, relatively good in that sense. Come on. There we go. It looks pretty good. Just a few areas I need to fix. The lines I definitely need to fix because that's the last thing that I have to do is make sure all the lines themselves look great. Just more detail oriented when doing anything like this. Okay. For the hair, it's a little bit more forgiving of how far outside it goes of the line. Doesn't have to be completely in. Okay. Group all the layers you have that relate to each other. For things like this, better to be safe than sorry and have color underneath. There we go. Why am I erasing that? Can't see on that one. Alright. Whoops. Wait. There we go. That should just be that. Good, good. And then bit different here. The reason why I'm doing it this way is because, well, I'm not drawing every aspect of piece, just giving room for it. Sorry, it's my knife. Alright. Working on the Alright, there we go. There she is. Just cleaning up the last bits and pieces of her. Okay. Just so that I can see a little bit more. Turning off layer by layer. And depending on what is done, I may just end up, if I'm to animate any of this, I would change a few things, but I'm not going to. Even though there are quite a few things that would need to be changed for animation. There we go. There we go. Alright, so all of the bits and pieces are ready for shading and all, and adding other different types of colors. Carefully but also making sure that it stays to the shape of the drawing. There we go. Oops, right. Still on brush. this right here, probably going to fix that. Just need to take away that line. And also fix some of these right here. Going to make this white too, so didn't put in all the colors, but put in enough to at least get a baseline of all of it. There we go. Better just to fill that gap out. There's no reason to have it. And nothing's going to be perfect. There's always going to be stuff like this everywhere. Alright. There's that. There we go. Okay. So for the hair, is this, yeah, that's the ear. Hair, ear, and it's better to have a darker color for shadow. Opacity, it's fine at full. Adjust this to 0. Need to adjust this though. Yeah. Photoshop. You help, but you also don't help in one way or another. Yeah, it needs to be a little bit more subtle, so. Okay. Command N, right? No, that's create new, close that. Yeah, I don't have a lot of key binding stuff in there. Let's put that to 10%. Should be good enough for me. So I don't want it to be completely noticeable, just subtle enough to show that the ear is there. And then the also nice thing to do is do it on the hair too, but make it darker. And also make sure it's a different layer too for the shading of different types. For each line, just adding a little bit of shadow, but not on the skin yet. Different parts of the shading go to different layers as well. And all that needs to be done after this is add multiply. I go through multiple steps on this, because this is just one step of a way of doing hair to give it that volume. yeah, as I have to be very, very careful with anything I do. There we go. And the reason why I'm just having my piano playing is because copyrighted content is always very annoying to deal with. I know I've said that multiple times, but hey, it is. And we watch as Multiply does the shading for us. Just gives that subtleness to the hair. And then for here, it's just a very subtle look to that. I will still go back over the hair itself and add to it, but let's see. If we're going layer by layer, why not? Let's continue with the ear though. So at this point, I still need to add just a bit onto the ear. And this multiply. This will be at 86. Just the subtle hints of everything. Then on the ear itself, put that to a lighter color and add a tint. And I'm not changing the opacity right now, more so to get that right look to the ear. Sometimes the brush doesn't want to change sizes, but I understand. Smaller brushes do quite a bit more. There we go. Alright. So we got the tint for the ear, we just needed a little bit there. And then for the hair, since it is a little bit trickier for the hair, right now I'm just not naming them. Brush. Take that off that, change the hardness back to normal. And then to give a more interesting look for the hair, within everything that's already done, helps just define the hair a bit more. And because I shaded some of the areas, this will be erased, so don't worry about that. Because the areas are shaded, it will be darker than just the standard brush. So helps deal with a little bit of work without having to do so much more. It's also one way to give everything volume. Sometimes everything has to be guided in one way or another. There we go. There we go. Sometimes this computer likes to wig out. I don't have too much going on in the background, so I don't know why it does that sometimes. Whenever I'm doing this, I do have to have at least something operating it. We'll do that in a second. There. Yeah, as it continues. There we go. This is only one step in the process for the hair. Do detailed hair is quite difficult for some people. Well, everybody has different difficulties. There we go. Yep. Sometimes cell shading works best in conjunction with everything else. It's how I found everything out to work well with certain types. It takes a lot of different skill and preparations for everything, so nothing can easily be learned overnight unless you know exactly what you're doing. Things can be learned in a day, but sometimes when you learn them, you may forget them within the same day that you had tried to learn everything. There we go. And there. Okay. Let my mouse wig out a little. There we go. Alright, that's for first step for that. Brighter color. Now the tricky part to all this. Why I say tricky is to use a lighter shade, and that's not so far off what I've already done. That's more of to get some of the hair highlights out. And every part of the shading needs to be added in particular ways depending on your drawing itself. And the lines can't always intersect. The thickness of lines, how light interacts with everything, interacts differently depending on what you're actually looking at. There we go. Hair is always fun for me. Mostly because there's so many different hairstyles out there that you'll never truly run out of hairstyles, because there's always going to be someone who has a different hairstyle than you. Jitter's real. But all this is slightly cell shading. Then we have tinting and highlights. Everything here is in conjunction with the hair. And as it goes down the hair, it does get lighter, so it can't be too thick here. There we go. Sorry, this is bugging me right here. Outline. There we go. Every which way. There we go. Doesn't need to be that long. There we go. back to here. It's this one, right? Yep. Okay. Come on. There. I think I can get... There. The mouse works in mysterious ways sometimes. Come on. Right. Here. But thanks for joining me. Let's... There it is. There's her hair. And then actually do a few more things with the hair. I can go all the way to white. And just add the small little bits and pieces of highlights that sometimes show up in the hair. Not like that. Alright. It's better to do this since I'm slightly colorblind. I use the swatches to figure out what's actually yellow and what's not. But let me do something different here. Because I mix cell shading and standard drawing. 23 is good. It's just a little bit of highlights here and there. Help out to bring forth the volume of the hair itself. Just a little bit. If I can control my brush. There we go. By just adding little bits and pieces here and there for the brightness, it brings out the depth of the hair itself. So that is that. Go a little bit lighter. Put another layer. And this, sometimes you don't want to make it too obvious, but having it go in a certain way does help. But by adding shading, cell shading, all of it, you can bring out new depths and different pieces of artwork that make things pop out in a way that you couldn't do with just one technique. Alright, then we add one more layer, go all the way white, and we have to be very, very careful. What I'm seeing is slightly different than what you guys are seeing here. Alright. Let's put that to 100%, change the hardness back to 100, brush back to a smaller size. Back to another layer, and very carefully add white. And you can't do this too thick when you have already so many lines on the drawing itself. But the hair, it can be tricky, but taking it one step at a time does help. My pen keeps on bugging out a little. There we go. Go there. Oops. No. Over certain areas, I need to watch where I place certain colors. So I'm only giving a slight hint, not overwhelming it. Because too much white is bad for anything. So it gives a different look to her. There we go. Alright, now that we got the hair, the basic coloring, let's adjust some things. Let's see, outline. Let's fix a few things here. The eraser, carefully erase that. Then that doesn't bother me as much. Here, just this. Fix this mess right here. Just adjusting all the different variables. Let's take a look at what she looks like with the background. So there's the background. If we add the drop shadow, she looks nice with that. Good, good. Yeah, even in more of a vibrant color on the other screen. Alright. adjust a few things. Turn that off for a second. Turn off the background. And let's add the frills. Some more white. Brush. Adjust the size. I feel like a slight pink might be better for this. Just a lighter pink. That's that one. Good. Okay. Brush. Yeah, that looks better. Just more aesthetically, really. There we go. And I leave the pink under there just for good measure. Yeah. And we'll go back over this. Should I make one of them white? You can answer in chat if I should make one white. Or if I should keep both of them pink. That's fine. I don't. But I do appreciate you guys watching. Eventually I'll get more views. Just takes time. Lots and lots of time. Drawing. But I do commissions if you are interested. Plus I also have a few things for sale. So if you're interested in that as well. From posters to coasters. And then just a few other things. Even phone cases, so phone cases, puzzles, gift cards, and the like. There we go. Come on. There we go. Brush. Okay. A few areas look good. The reason why I'm going back and forth and adding things while also working to fix a few messes here and there is I always move around each page. Let's see. That one's okay. Yeah, I need to put the rest of my songs on there, just so that I have them playing while I do this. Well, melodies, the more melodies than songs. Just something that goes through my head. Come on. fix those small errors later, but just need an overall look. Yep, she looks good. Good. Alright. So, in between every single layer, I have to put shading. It's just what it is. And cell shading doesn't work for this in my case. It's nice, but it doesn't always add the complications I like to add. Yeah, no. Let's put the hardness back to 0. Come on. And I'm not making this even on purpose. Be careful on every aspect of shading. Just needs to be enough of it to cover the parts you want to cover. There we go. And we just put it on multiply like everything else. And adjust the opacity to make it just enough. And adds that effect. So let's okay. Yeah, I still need to edit a few things there. Sometimes opacity helps quite a bit. Well, multiply. Oh, that would help if it was over it. No wonder it didn't work. This over here. Okay. Shading in certain areas just helps with volume on creating your character, but you don't want to be overly dark in certain areas too. Right, so let's see. And when there's so much darkness already, it's best not to add too much more shading there, because it's gonna just get darker and darker and it's not gonna look just as good. Alright, so let's see. Have that. lace. Just adding a few of the 43. Just the main part of the dress. Alright. Now we work on this just a little bit. Grab a lighter color here. Put it to brush. And this part is always a bit different. So we will keep the hardness to 0, increase the brush size quite a bit, larger. That's too large. We need around 500. Yep, that'll do. No, a little bit higher. 600. Yeah, 600 works. Good, good. Okay. Adjust that a bit. Let's adjust that to around 11%, just so that I can adjust it very carefully and slowly. Go. If it's kept around 10%, it does help quite a bit on just making this easier to deal with. It's hard to see on this screen that I have it on. There we go. A little better in some ways. Let me adjust a few things. There we go. And then have to use a secondary screen just to see exactly what I'm doing, which is kind of funny. It's alright. No, that doesn't work. Okay, no. We'll just leave it like that. Alright. To a cooler color. Alright. She's almost done. A few more changes here and there. For her body, there's not really much I need to do. Because shading, I could add that, but It's not always necessary in certain circumstances. That is too big a brush. Let me adjust the brush again. Sometimes that gets in the way. There we go. That's good. Don't want too big a brush sometimes. No, too much. Sometimes around 20 and 30 are just good for the body, and everything else. A few things I still need to add here and there, but yeah. Go. Adding just areas where she has lighter complexion. No, it looks piecemeal. It's really hard to see when you're not working on the same. Well, it doesn't show you very well on your screen. Finer details can always be added after. All right. I'll be back just 1 second. And I can always use the smudge tool or there. This usually helps a bit. Just takes a while. Back to brush. As the beach ball spins and spins. since this isn't normal media, it tends to take a while because processing and all that. It's mostly done. Just a few things along the road. I'm just waiting for this to finish. Also using the eraser and adding pressure sensitivity to the eraser helps too. Brush. Okay, there we go. Brush, eraser, eraser opacity, make the brush nice and soft. And then with the opacity, change that to around 5. And very slowly adjust it to where it just faded out. Come on. There we go. 13. Just a slight hint of everything there. Okay, so she is mostly done. I'm actually going to stop it there, but thanks for joining, and next time this will actually be done on, well, I'll finish this up and then I'll be working on Chained by Fate, which is the comic I'm trying to finish. Well, trying to finish a little bit more of this. There's just so much I have to do on it, so hope you guys join in next time. I'll be back on Friday for a stream of this to finish her off and then work on Chained by Fate, or at least a piece of it. I do hope everybody enjoyed, and this is TechArtist41 signing off for now. And start.